You that probably feels that you outgrew where you're currently at this moment in life. You that have asked God so many questions about, Lord, is this is where you want me to be for the rest of my life? Do you have something better for me? And he probably already did. And he speak to you in different ways. And he already tell you, yes, I need you to move out of there. But fear, which is that's what I want to talk about today, he's holding you back. So if you want to hear more about it, I encourage you to stay tuned. So yes, that's the giant, right? Let's talk about the giant, the elephant in the room, fear. Fear, oof, is a spirit. It's a spirit that is going to hold you back. It's a spirit that is going to speak to your ear one way or the other, right? When you're ready to take an initiative or the steps necessary to do something, right? And you're going to wonder, what happened if I do that? Like, is everything going to work out for me? Everything is going to be good. What happened if it doesn't go well, right? Let's talk about employment right now. Let's say if you want to change a job or you want to start a business, you wonder, like, is it going to work? Everything is going to be okay? Am I going to be able to earn enough? What happened if I get fired, right? So we have to get rid of fear, because if we don't get rid of it, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to continue in the same situation, and we don't want to do that, right? So I want to tell you, right? I want to remind you what the word of God said, right? In Second Timothy 1:7. And he said that he didn't give us the spirit of fear, right? He gave us the spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. I'm just paraphrasing, okay? So what does that say? That fear doesn't come from God, because we think about fear, we always think about the negative outcome, right? We don't think about that everything's gonna go well. It's like negative emotion that comes to our mind when you think about fear. So we have to rely on God, right? That if we want to achieve certain things in life, we actually have to let go of fear and take a leap of faith. So, right now, I want to share something with you that happened to me years ago, right? So, I remember that I applied, actually, I took a test, right? I took a test for a job, employment. And, once you pass the test, they call you. It happened to be that I did pass this time, because it was not my first time, it was my second time. And they called me, right? And then I went for an interview, and everything, went well, right? But something stood up during that interview. They told me that right now is no guarantee that you're going to get an increase in 6 months or a year, because in that time you get an increase 6 months after probation, and then the year you get another raise, right? But because everybody was in a freeze, it was no guarantee. So I was like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? Should I take the job? In my mind, I really came here because of the benefits and the raise, something steady. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. And that's what I did. I started working. And within a few weeks, when I started working, I laughed, because it's like fear is not going to leave you alone. He's going to try to come back every and then, and so often, and try to like talk to you one way or another, right? Either through another person, or you watch something on the television. So I remember this person, on my job came to me. I remember I was going to the bathroom, and he was like, "Oh, how you end up working in here?" I was like, "What do you mean?" I took the test, I passed, I was interviewed, I was called, and now I'm here. So he's like, "Oh, you know that they actually laying off people, right? They're sending people home and this and this and that." I was like, "Okay." But after I was finished talking to him, my mind was like all over the place. I was like, oh my God, Lord, what am I going to do now if I get sent home? I'm going to lose my other job that I have. I'm not going to be able to go back, right? You know what, Lord? It is what it is. I'm going to continue here, right? I did thought about, it crossed my mind. I wasn't thinking going back either. It crossed my mind going back to my other employment. And I say, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not, I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to stay here. So what happened? God was so faithful, right? And that's what I'm sharing this story with you guys, because um in less than a year, like, we started getting increases. Like, the freeze was over. I got my first increase, right? The year went by. I was able to take a test for promotion. I passed the test. In less than a year, I got promoted. uh, my pay increased for almost $10,000 extra, right? And I'm still there right now. 13 years later, I'm still there right now, right? So I was thinking, like, if I would have let fear hold me back, right? Held me back from taking this employment, right? That you're not gonna get an increase, right? Or you have the possibility that they're gonna send you home. Now you're gonna have to collect unemployment. You know how you're gonna do this, how you're gonna pay your bills. But I didn't let that hold me back. I did what I had to do, and God was very faithful. And I still there right now until He says, "Okay, it's time to move on." Right. So, what I want to tell you right now, that fear is gonna rob you, just like I said before. So you have to let go of fear. You gotta say, "Fear, you out of my house." Right. Open the window, open the door of your house, and say, "Listen, today is your last day here. You no longer here." And God is welcome, right? Choose God over fear. Say bye bye fear. You're not helping me at all. You're not bringing nothing good into my life. So you didn't even come from God, okay? Even if you were good, that would be in a whole different story. But you didn't, okay? So bye bye fear, and faith is gonna take over, right? Faith in God. Faith that God, knowing that God is working all things for my good, right? So if this, oh, so that word that I need to get rid of my vocabulary. Message resonated with you, I ministered to you, type faith over fear. God bless you. See you next time. Bye bye.